I talk about, I was shot at in Chicago, where I'm from, and at the time there was a lot going on in Chicago, as there always is, a lot of cop shootings, and I think there's there's an immediate uproar of like, fuck cops, and I hate that, because I have cops in my family, and you can't just blanket statement an entire thing, just like you can't blanket an entire race of people, sex class of people, and say, you're all the same. That's the same thing as saying, like, every cop is a bad person. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
I couldn't agree more.
There's millions of police officers that are great people. You happen to hear stories about bad humans. That happens in any industry.
Right. And honestly, if you look at it statistically, like the number of bad cops versus the number of cops, and then you have to break down the number of interactions cops have with people. It's stunning.
Have you met people? They're awful. People are fucking awful. Can you imagine every day?
You, but imagine how awful they are if you are a professional enemy.
Yep.
And they know that you're just a person, just like them. So you're pulling this guy over. This guy's done a crime. You know he's going to lie to you.
Right.
And you're the enemy. And you don't even know this fucking guy.
Right.
You don't even know him. You don't even have a real beef with him. But
no.
His whole life is on the line right now in this altercation. You never know if he's going to shoot you. You never know. There's so many videos online. There's one of the most terrifying videos of this cop pulling this guy over, and the guy was some Vietnam veteran who's a real fucking killer, and he wound up killing the cop, and they show him killing the cop on the security camera. The guy's trying to give this guy all the room in the world. It's like, sir, please get back in your car. Sir, please get back in. Sir, put your hands down, sir.
Right.
Sir, put the gun down, sir. And then it gets to I mean, he's trying so hard not to be a cunt, and this guy shoots him and kills him. And you're telling me that other cops haven't seen that video?
Yeah.
You don't think that they're terrified that they're going to be the next guy that's on some fucking YouTube clip that two comics are talking about on a podcast? Because it could happen.
Easy.
Every time you pull a guy over, your life's on the line. And the stress of that is ungodly. And we expect them to manage it like robots. We expect them to be like no person we've ever met.
Right.
Where they just, no problem, no stress. If you're a fucking accountant, what is the worst shit that can happen to you once you're in the office?
The printer breaks.
It's almost nothing is life-threatening.
No. Microsoft Excel crashed this morning. Everyone's going crazy in fucking accounting.
If you're a beat cop, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's the same way with, you know, I know this has been said, but the way we treat veterans and shit, it's like, you know, I grew up with a kid who was a really close friend of mine that killed himself a couple years ago, was a veteran. And I think the expectation of the return to normalcy is not only ridiculous and an insane request, but it's just so illogical that that's not approach. It's like, dude, these people can't come back from any sort of combat and just be pushed back into the real world. Like, well, you're good, right? You're good. Did you turn off the switch when you landed back in the United States? Yeah, man, it was just a little toggle in my head, and then I'm good now. I should go get a regular job, I guess.
Yeah, and the lack of responsibility that we have for like taking care of those people.
It's
like,
crazy.
The lack of emphasis on psychological recovery, on giving them coping skills.
Mental health, man, that's the biggest issue in the United States. I say that all the time. It's like there's so much lack of help for mental health, dude. You see it so constantly in so many different facets. Now I think it's coming out more because of the internet, because you see, you know, violent crimes and you see where mental health has kind of led our country now. There should be a bigger focus on it. Dude.